So hi everyone. As promised, here's a video on anxiety. I'll probably do a few videos because I want to break them up and make them only about 2 minutes. What is anxiety? Well, it is either physical or a mental response to perceived threat or threat. So I say threat because we do need that. If something's coming at us or something's about to happen, we need to respond. We talked about that in stress. We talked about that in emotions. So have a look at those videos just to refresh your memory about them. But basically we have a brain. We have the lizard brain that actually wants to survive. I mean, human nature is survival. So our brain is always looking for that threat there. So if we see it, we respond. So that's what it's all about. Is it good? Is it bad? Like emotions, I don't think there's any good or bad. I think it's there for a reason, and it's obviously telling us something. When does it become seen not in such a good way is when it impacts on our functioning. So what I'd say to you is have a look at what's happening for you. 3 types of anxiety. First one is generalized anxiety, and most of us normally have that. So it's when we have the worries of what it will be, or paying mortgage, or will I lose my job? It's the thoughts that are in the future. So a lot of ours in particular are quite perfectionist and always sort of see, well, what about this or what about that? So they look for the risk, which is good for their job that they may do. So a lot of them are very analytical. However, when it becomes too much, it becomes overwhelming and it impacts on their functioning in life. Because everywhere you'd go, well, I won't do that. You know, you become what's known as hypervigilant, where you're totally on all the time and you're ready to respond to that. So generalized anxiety, check in with yourself. It's about self-awareness. It's about, well, why am I responding to this? Because we really need stuff to do the things that we're never going to do. So imagine, you know, your kids in particular, they'd have to get up and do a speech. Well, of course, they're going to be nervous and they're going to be scared, and the symptoms of anxiety will come through for them. But it's how we support that to say, this is perfectly normal. You know, this is happening to your body because your body's about to prepare you for the challenge ahead. It's when we throw in thoughts with that, like, oh, I'm so bad that that's happening for you. It's so terrible. That doesn't help, because the physical and the mental side will become like one. And then each time you've got to do a speech, you're going to develop this overwhelmed sense of fear and, oh my God, I'm going to fail. And there's a lot of people that I think as a phobia, public speaking is number one, because people go, I don't want to do that. And so they avoid it. And because it's not happening all the time, they're not really experiencing anxiety to impact on their life, okay? But if you just do it and you come out the other end, you go, you know what, that wasn't so bad. However, it's the thought that usually goes with that is, I'm glad that's over. Wrong thought. So if you're ever in any situations like that at work, where you have to prepare a report, or you have to get up and do a speech, or part of, you know, with your kids, tell them to just do it. You know, yeah, you know what? Most people don't even know that you're suffering anxiety. And you know what? They feel for you because they would feel exactly the same. So it's how we view anxiety, okay? Get up there and just give it a go. And when you've done, say, wow, I nailed that. How good's that? The last one we'll talk about is panic. Most of us may have experienced this in one form or another. It's when we have such an intense, overwhelming physical response to something, whether it's an event, whether it's a particular, it could be you've become so overwhelmed with, like if it's a spider that you have a phobia for, and your full body just shows all these symptoms, to a point where a lot of people present at hospital thinking they're having a heart attack, when only to be told, probably just had a panic attack. Not what you want to hear, because one, you feel like a bit of an idiot because you've wasted all their time to go up there. But you know what? You should be, you know, take it on board and be concerned about it, because it's a way of your body saying what's going on for you. So this is where I say self-check, self-awareness. Why am I feeling like this? A lot of people have it if they're not happy at work, or there's a conflict in the workplace where they actually feel physically sick to go to work because of what's happening for them. You really need to explore that, and you need to go what's happening, because over a long period of time, this is not good. It's not good at all. Not those hormones, not fight or flight all the time, becoming hypervigilant, switched on. How would that impact on your life? You probably don't want to do anything because of the fear of the actual symptoms. So you notice how with each of the ones we've talked about, generalize the worries, the thoughts, fear, intense fear, overwhelming response, fear. Fear comes up all the time. Why? The fear of the unknown. And most people have that thinking, oh my God, what's going to happen to me if I do this? Okay, that is a nutshell of anxiety. So remember, back to that bucket. If you haven't watched that one, have a look on that. It's on stress, where you can actually have a chance just to post notes, put in your bucket, see what's happening for you. So thank you for watching What is Anxiety. I will then play a clip looking at some symptoms, and the next one we're going to do is on symptoms and anxiety. So if you can, in the next couple of days, write down for me somewhere, maybe on post-it notes, or I'm happy if you want to put them on the comments, because I'm actually trying to make some little learning packages from these. Tell me what some of your signs are. Tell me what your symptoms are. How do you know? What are your triggers? And we'll talk about them later. So bye guys, see ya.